This episode of Los Compadres podcast is brought to you by Caesar's Wallet. Caesar's Wallet, been funding useless projects since 2019.
What have you funded?
This project. It's pretty useless if you ask me.
Okay.
Hey,
Did you practice that?
Hey, hold on.
Nope. No?
At
Okay.
least you're funding this and not the ARC, say, okay?
Did you see the updated CarPlay?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you could
with
like change the background
did
and
you see
stuff.
that?
What?
Well, not just that. So with iOS 14 coming out, they're gonna give Apple Car Key.
That's so
Essentially,
cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Maria told me.
Yeah. So depending on the newer cars, if they're compatible with Car Key, you can unlock your car
And that's been rumored
with
for
your
a
phone.
That's been rumored for a minute,
For
too.
a minute,
That's
but now
pretty
it's
cool.
confirmed. And if the phone dies and it's in power save mode, it will work for 5 hours.
Really?
Yeah,
For the key?
for the key.
Oh,
That's
wow.
awesome.
That's
so like
pretty
if your
dope.
phone fully dies on like let's say your work and now you're technically stranded, you're not, because as long as you can get to your car within those 5 hours, you can unlock the car.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I mean, I don't know. Like, so I have one of those locks that I can like unlock with a passcode and stuff,
Mhm.
or like with my phone, but I still carry my house key with me.
I mean, yeah, you probably still do that, but you don't have to like take out the key.
Right. Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Because as long as it's within those 5 hours, the phone will still work.
So how different is that from like keyless entry?
It's pretty much the same thing, but it will be built into your HomeKit as well. Oh, no, your wallet, so you can turn it on as well.
Oh, okay.
Because it's
Yeah,
part
you
of the
just
car
don't
key.
need your
Oh.
keys at all.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, you
Well,
can
I mean, I know you don't need your keys. Like that's the thing,
yeah,
but it's
like, let's say you have your key in your pocket,
Yeah.
but you're on your phone, you can
Turn
go
it-
ahead and turn it on and
Yeah.
unlock the car right from your phone.
yeah, I feel
That's
you.
pretty fire.
Yeah, iOS 14 is
What other stuff?
yeah. That's iOS 14 has a lot of stuff of being updated. The screen no longer will be full when somebody calls you and you're doing something. It'll be a little like notification
It's like a
bar that
banner
comes out.
notification
Yeah.
now?
So I mean, Android I know has been doing that for a while, but it's about time that iPhone does it. But I think one of my favorite features is the widgets.
Yeah,
You can now add widgets straight to your home screen. You can actually move apps freely in the home screen. They're no longer locked by order.
Yeah,
So that's
you have
pretty
an
cool.
app library.
Yeah.
yeah. That's
So you can legit take out all your apps
Yeah.
from the home screen and have it under a library with the folders inside.
oh, that's
And just have your
legit.
widgets if you wanted to. They're doing that. They're adding cycling to Apple Maps too. So if you want to go on a bike ride, it'll give you cycling routes.
Oh, really?
dope.
They didn't
Yeah.
have that?
Damn.
Yeah. No, they didn't have
Wow.
that. So they're adding it now.
Oh, wow. That's
That's
cool.
awesome.
With actual
Like
ETAs as
cycling,
well.
like how Google Maps does cycling.
I don't know if it does. Like I don't use
Yeah,
it.
it
much.
does.
does.
It
Yeah.
gives you walking, cycling,
Yeah, I
bus,
agree. Yeah.
And bus
train,
schedule.
whatever.
Apple does buses, like trains, like public transport, of course.
Yeah.
Walking and driving right now.
That's pretty
I
cool.
never use
So-
Apple Maps. I don't like it. So,
I love Apple Maps.
what else is in there for iOS 14?
They're gonna add a widget market, so you can actually like download widgets and do a bunch of fun
Look
stuff
at
with it.
Apple going Android.
Yeah,
For real? I mean, no, I mean, it's worth it. Like, honestly, I think the next iPhone I get, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really like the 11. Like,
Really? No?
yeah, no, I like, I
thoroughly
have
enjoyed this one.
I have the 11 Pro Max, and at first I
Flex.
was like, it wasn't too much of a difference between the 10s. It was just like a big upgrade, so it was
Yeah.
nice, right? The camera's nicer, the ultra wide, like it takes some beautiful pictures. But aesthetically, I was like, it's the same thing. Like, if you had the 10s Max, you moved on to the 11, like it's almost the same thing.
I
You
think
know?
that camera, though, that camera was...
The camera's nice, but
It's a
it wasn't
big difference.
like when I think about it, it's like I don't really take pictures enough for it to be worth it.
It makes sense.
For me.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So to a point, I'm like, maybe I should have waited because this
Yeah.
new iPhone is supposed to have the iPad edges, and I just love that. Like, my favorite iPhone has always been the iPhone like 5S and the SE, the first generation.
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved that because of like the candy bar style and the what they call now the iPad edges.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, I want that, and I think that's gonna be the iPhone I probably stick with the longest.
Yeah, I was gonna stick with this one for a while, but if they do come up with the edges, I might.
I'm
swap
for
over.
sure. I'm for sure swapping over.
Yeah, because for me, it's not like a deal breaker, like not having it.
Yeah.
But I definitely like the aesthetic of it,
Yeah.
so I might just cop that one and do the same thing. Just keep it for a while.
Only
no.
way I'm switching if it's
So-
120 hertz.
Oh, the
Refresh
display
rate?
120 hertz refresh rate.
Yeah, that's the only way I'm
It's so-
switching.
The problem with 120 is
It's
the
really
size.
draining. The size, and it's really draining on your battery.
because you have to. It essentially has to. You have to have almost a separate processor for that.
Yeah, but all of the big phones are doing it now. So if you're gonna make a big
All the
phone,
flagships.
they're gonna have.
But Apple's always been behind. I mean, how long
Yeah,
did
but
it
they've
take them
been-
to get?
but they're already behind us for 2 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how long?
No,
has it-
but I mean, how long did it take them to get not just the OLED display, but anything higher than 1080?
Look at the software alone, the widgets in the phone banner
Yeah.
when somebody's calling you. Like, that's been in Android for
you have to remember,
ever.
you didn't get 1080p displays until the iPhone 6s or 6s Plus.
I thought the 1080p never existed on the iPhone. I think it jumped 720 to OLED.
Are you? No, I thought that was the biggest difference between the regular size and the Plus. The regular size was 720 and the Plus was 1080.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, it
Maybe,
was.
maybe.
I think it was.
Yeah, because remember when we were doing the coachings, I'd be like, "Oh, you want to record video in 4K and watch it back in 1080 or
Yeah.
like 720?" Because I mean, it took them till the iPhone 10 to get OLED, right? And,
Yeah.
and Samsung had been doing OLED since the iPhone 5. I'm sorry, since the Galaxy S5, 4, the Galaxy S4.
No, definitely not the 4.
The 4 had
The 4
an OLED
didn't,
display.
no.
No, I think it was
No,
5.
you're
It
right.
was
Yeah, the
5.
5,
It
the
was
5.
Yeah, the 4
The
definitely
S5,
did not.
Samsung had been doing OLED since the S5.
Yeah.
You know, and it took Apple that long to get OLED. Now, mind you, like I'm glad they waited because Apple is the only iPhone that doesn't get screen burn in, like liquid burn,
Yeah.
and that's phenomenal. I fucking love that.
My dad
I,
hates this note.
I can't tell you how many times I would
So
stress out
many
about
Samsungs.
getting like image burn. It was insane.
My dad has the Note 8, and he loves the phone in the sense of performance. Hates the phone when it comes to the screen burn.
My dad has the Note 9, and he surprisingly, knock on wood, hasn't gotten any screen burn.
I
But,
think after the Note 9, they were pretty good.
yeah,
But
but
it's
But
just-
I think what Apple does well is waiting and perfecting.
yeah.
Because they always do that. Like they come out late to the game, but they come out with a flawless market.
Exactly. If they don't have the 120, because honestly, for me, I'd rather have the bigger battery than the 120, or like at least the option to go to 60 to like preserve battery, because 120 is so taxing on batteries. I mean, look at the One Plus. You know, like a lot of people who turn like it goes down to 90 and 60 depending on usage. It only goes to 120 when you're playing like a game or you put the game into game mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think I want it. I want it. That's the only way I'm upgrading to it.
No, I feel you. Yeah, I mean, that's you. Like my condition is like if they have the iPad edges, Marco's is like maybe, and then you is if they go 120. Absolutely. Like
What I
don't blame
want
you.
is a flushed back.
Oh, flush back as well.
Please.
No camera bump.
I love the camera. Get rid of the bump.
Yeah.
It's so annoying too because I've recently went naked for the first time on my iPhone ever. Like I've always had a case on it. For the first time ever,
I had a case
I've gone
for 2
without
weeks.
a case.
I had a case for 2 weeks, and I was like, nope.
I love it. I love the feel. Love the texture. Hate the bump, dude. I hate the bump. It's so
Same.
annoying.
Same. Damn. But speaking of bumps, what have you guys been watching during this quarantine? What have you been watching, Maria?
Honestly, my go-to is always going to be The Office.
Yeah.
I literally could watch The Office every day, all day for the rest of my life, and I do.
Yeah.
But I did start watching Midnight Gospel.
Okay.
So, Midnight Gospel is it's a podcast, but they turned it into a show.
Oh, okay.
It is literally the coolest thing ever. And you're supposed to watch, well, you're not supposed to, but you kind of are. It's meant to watch while you're tripping on acid.
Oh, really?
So it's really cool. Like the effects, like each episode, he's a different character. And so he goes into like a different galaxy or universe, whatever. And he'll meet somebody in that universe, galaxy, whatever. And that's when it turns into a podcast.
Wow.
It's really cool.
Yeah. So dope.
So is it like a very visual show?
Super
visual,
colorful. He's like every episode he's a different character.
Wow.
It's dope. And every episode is like about something different. Like
Yeah,
towards the end
it's trippy.
he has like interviews with his mom. There's one where he interviews like a therapist, and she's supposed like that episode is supposed to be about death.
Right.
It's dope. It's a cool show.
That's pretty cool.
But the visuals are dope, though.
The visuals
are really dope.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Damn. What else have you been watching?
No, but we've been rewatching Parks and Rec, How I Met Your Mother, and then The Office. Really,
Those are classics. Those are classics.
Always.
Absolutely.
But I think
another
we
good
watched,
one is Solar Opposites. But
Oh,
it's
I've heard
also
about that.
a cartoon show. But
That's the one on Hulu, right?
On Hulu
by
by Rick
it's
and
also
Morty
by the
creators.
people who made Rick and Morty.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
I watched it. That was actually really
It was,
funny.
honestly, I'm not gonna front. I thought it was a little bit funnier than Rick and Morty, just because I think the characters are a little bit more developed.
you just
Are you
pissed
caught up
off
on-
a lot of people.
Yeah, you did. Are you caught up on season 4 of Rick and Morty?
No, and that's why. Like, honestly, I haven't. Just because I know they took that break.
Oh no,
Which
it's
is
good.
dumb.
It's dumb. I mean, all 10 episodes are out now for season
Okay.
4,
Yeah,
and
I've
it's really good.
But
Like,
Solar Opposites, I just liked the character development. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's funny. It's
Yeah.
really funny. But
It is.
Rick and Morty is obviously a classic.
one of my favorite episodes is the man cave one. The one where they get a man cave because the neighbor got a man cave, and then they build that wife robot that like nags them and stuff. Oh, that shit was funny.
No,
They're
but
just
it's good,
really
though.
funny.
Yeah.
I feel
what
like
else
I
you
watched something else, and I honestly, it's all right, but it was interesting to watch. There's Netflix has been coming out with like those
Netflix originals. The anus.
but no. It's like like competition shows.
Oh, okay.
And we watched one called The Big Flower Fight or something, and it's literally a bunch of florists like from all over the country, from all over the world,
yeah.
in London, and each episode is like a different competition. They have to like build.
You have to build something
Holy
crap,
different.
that's
with
It's actually
cool.
really cool.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yo, I know I was into trash TV when Netflix suggested that glass blowing one, Blow or whatever it is, the one where people had to make those it was that glass blowing competition where they would make shit like out of
glass.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And I watched all of it with Charity. And
Was it
that
good?
shit, yeah, that shit was actually really good. The way they shot it and filmed it, like I was like stressed out with
Right?
them. I was like, oh my God, this bitch did not just drop the glass. Like she told her to hold it this way and she bent it the other way. What the fuck is her problem? Like, yo, I was hooked. And then
Netflix
they also
does it well. That's the
they
thing,
do,
you know.
yeah. And then they also did the Love Is Blind one.
Oh,
yo,
God.
I watched the shit out of Love
Yeah,
Is
I didn't
Blind.
watch that.
Okay, I did watch the other one, the Too Hot to Handle. That one, the one where it's like you're in an island and they get all these people.
Oh, that
are
one I didn't watch.
Big
I
on
thought that was
sex,
stupid.
and they all have sex
Yeah.
every day, and
Yeah.
you have to try to make it with 30 days. Yeah, it was stupid, but sure enough, I watched it because I will say I got into The Bachelor and it changed my life.
Really?
It changed my life. I hate it, but it's so good.
That's one of those shows I'm kind of scared to get into, The Bachelor, because
okay,
I feel
Jason
like
loved it.
I'd watch it all the time.
Lies.
I'm not kidding
Did
you.
you watch the Peter Pilot one? Was it the one with Peter
Yes,
Pilot?
that's
oh
what
my
Josh and I
goodness.
started on that, and I was like, "Oh my god, I hate
Well, he
him,
did
but
it,
I
like,
love him."
4 times in a windmill,
Bruh.
and that's all they ever say is that he did
Oh
it
my
4
God.
times in a windmill.
Yeah, when he was with the
Yeah.
Hannah Brown
Yeah.
chick. But his was, I
hate that shit.
I hate him.
That episode, I'm not gonna lie, like I don't watch a lot of The Bachelor. Like I'll watch like some stuff when like some people
Does
talk
Charity
about
watch
it.
it?
No, she doesn't. But there was the part where they brought in his ex, like
Dude,
the girl back.
The second episode,
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, they're so
Yo,
messy.
I know. I
They're
was
so
like,
messy.
Caesar watches
bro,
that
she
shit, bro.
rejected
No.
you. Why the fuck are you
She
trying to
didn't
give her a
pick
chance?
you.
She didn't pick
She
you.
showed up the first episode, literally
Yeah.
the first episode,
Yeah.
and then she showed up the second episode. But okay,
Can't relate.
you think that shit was good? Oh my god! So right after the Peter one,
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck,
Peter Pilot.
yeah. They came out with one. It's a music one, and it's called
my God.
what is it called? Listen to Your Heart.
Listen to Your Heart,
Caesar.
okay.
Jason, don't fucking lie. He literally
whack.
do not fucking.
It was fucking
Dude,
whack.
are you bruh?
Nah,
all right, you're
I
sleeping in the
wasn't- I
guest room.
wasn't
You're
t-
fucking lying. You're fucking lying, bro.
I was into
don't
it. I was
you
into it.
dare. No. I'm not kidding y'all. Jason knew the names of all the fucking contestants before Josh and I even knew them.
I
Oh
pay
my
attention,
God.
bro.
Nah, shut up. You knew that shit was good. Literally, one time you guys were all playing and I was in the other room and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch this episode. I don't care. He literally was like, no. He came in and he's like, you're watching it? No, wait for me. He literally was like, no, wait for me. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not wrong, he got off to watch it. He literally got off the PC to come watch it.
Oh, I think
Yeah,
the
you
last
fucking
hour,
did.
because they're like 2
Yo,
hours.
Oh,
Wow.
it's so
Wow,
fucking
dude.
good.
Bro,
It's
like
that?
that. I ain't gonna lie.
It's like that?
It's like so corny, but so good at the same time.
It's so messy. Like, fuck ABC. I know all this shit is played
Yeah,
out. You know,
yeah.
it's like they're
super,
messy.
It's the way that they cut it. It's just super exaggerated.
So exaggerated. And half of the shit, I'm like, you guys are so messy. Like, of course you're gonna, like, one of the girls they brought in, like, they don't bring her in until the second episode. And of course, she knows one of the other contestants, and she spills the beans and says that he had cheated on her friend. And so, of course, he's into one of the girls, and she, like, her biggest thing was like, oh, I hate cheating. I've been cheated on every relationship.
badly
It's just
written.
so fucking messy, but dude, it's so good. And at least, like, they're entertaining because they
Yeah.
sing and they're good singers.
Yeah.
Watch
Yeah,
it,
that's
dude. I'm
true.
telling you, watch it. It's
What's
so
it
good.
called again?
It's if you look it up on Hulu, if
Yeah.
you type in The Bachelor, it'll pop up as, I think, The Bachelor
Listen to Your Heart.
Listen to Your Heart.
Oh yeah.
It's,
just hate
and
when-
it's shorter than most of the episode, than most of the
like,
seasons.
the
Dude,
Bachelors.
it's so good.
I think-
It's messy.
I think the thing that bothers me the most out of that show, out of all that whole series, is like every time the host comes up, no matter what it is, they call him Chris Harrigan.
Chris
Harrigan?
Hansen, isn't it?
Chris Hansen? Oh, Chris
No,
Hansen.
Chris Hansen's
Chris
the one
Hansen
from
from
the
To Catch a
pedophile
Predator?
one.
Or Chris
Oh.
Harrigan?
That guy?
Chris
Harris?
Harrigan. Some shit.
Harris? I don't
It's
fucking
some
know.
it's some
But
H
they
name. I
say
can't
his
remember.
entire name.
Every
Oh,
time
they
they
don't
say
just
his
call him
name.
Chris.
No, no,
No,
They call
every
him-
time they see him,
And
it's
he's
like,
the only
hey,
Chris."
Harrigan. Hey, Chris Harrigan. Hey, Chris Harrigan.
Like, it's funny. Like,
They'll be like, he broke my heart, Chris Harrigan. I'm like, why is he his whole fucking full name, dog?
You imagine they broke my heart. Producer slash director slash cinematographer Chris Harris slash writer.
dude, it's so bad. Because, you know, like, they'll put in the scenes where, like, they're, like, in that small room and they're, like,
Yeah.
talking into the camera.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Chris Harrison just came in and told me that I'm going to have a date with John tonight. I'm so excited. It's like, why the fuck you got to say his last name for? Like,
Facts,
he's the
bro.
only Chris there.
Yeah.
But no, I'm serious. It's a good
Oh my
show.
goodness.
You need to
But-
watch it. I recommend it 10 out of 10.
God, there was another show. Honestly, like, I don't know why, but I started watching, there was this documentary that they made about CrossFit, and I watched it, and I have no idea why that shit was just kind of entertaining. I think it's because watching people do like
Workouts?
like not workouts, because it's, yeah, they're doing workouts, but it's like superhumans, like doing like things like pushing their bodies beyond limits through like obstacle
that's pretty
courses and
cool.
shit. Like,
Yeah.
for some reason, that's just so interesting to me.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
watching people like
push it.
their bodies to the limit, like push everything, like give it all they got. It's just so, especially doing things that I'm like, damn, I didn't know humans could do that. I think that's why, like, I really like American Ninja Warrior.
Oh, is that in that show? Is that where the guy like fucking pulls a whole truck?
No. This
That's
was
World's
that was-
Strongest Man.
Yeah, that's World's Strongest Man. No, but this was just like a one time. I thought it was a series, and when I clicked on it, it was just like an hour long documentary about CrossFit and like a challenge that they did in Dubai.
That's cool.
And I was like, it was interesting. But then there was one that's called, I think, like Beastmaster or something. I don't remember. But basically, they take like these women who are out of shape, and then these personal trainers, and the personal trainers like work with them, and then they go through competitions, and pretty much the personal trainer with the like out of shape woman that can make it the furthest wins.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, and
I would
so-
love to be on that show.
And it was like that actually was one of those shows that was pretty like legit, because you see these women's like their transformations that they go through, like how, not just how their bodies change, but like they go from not being able to do a single pull up to being able to do like 20.
Yo, that's
You know,
dope.
and it's like they eat right, and you see them get more confident towards the end, and you're just like, damn, like if that was me, I would have quit after day one.
But, you know, Khloe Kardashian had a show like that.
Really?
Yeah. Fuck, I don't remember what it's called, but you basically like send in your video, and if she picks you, it's like every episode is only like 30 minutes. But yeah, she did the same thing. Like, she'll fly you out to LA, and you work with like her personal trainers, and then you go through it. Some of that, I just don't believe it though. Like, she even gets you a nutritionist and everything. But I mean,
It's probably all paid by someone else, but it makes
fuck that.
good
Khloe
TV.
Kardashian.
Like, it makes for not just good TV, but it sells commercials. You know,
That's
like
cool,
that. Her
though.
name sells commercials, but it
Absolutely.
is cool. Yeah.
What have you been watching, Marcos?
I've been watching a lot of Avatar.
Avatar?
Avatar.
Avatar.
I finished
Hentai.
Avatar in 5 days.
That's pretty good.
All
What
3
you think?
seasons. Oh, it's great. Like,
Like-
it's still to date one of the best like cartoons
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
I actually got Charity to watch that with me.
Dude,
I was very
it's
surprised.
So good. Like
It's really good.
like my favorite cartoons will always be SpongeBob, but that's like funny. There's no storyline that follows through episode to
every episode's
episode.
different.
Avatar though is definitely my favorite story based cartoon.
Yeah.
Like to date.
Yeah. I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
so good.
After watching it again, I was like, man, why is Aang so whiny? Season 1, he was just so whiny.
He was a little bitch.
Yeah. But then like season 2 and 3, it's like
That's where his
I
actual.
was like, bitchy.
Yeah.
You can't judge him though. Imagine you being the last.
Well, no,
Airbender.
no, yeah.
No,
like,
I'm
come
saying
on.
like
and waking up
put
100
yourself in
years
his
later
shoes.
and like you're not like
So-
your whole like
Yeah.
race is gone like that.
Yeah.
That has to be tough. But they made him.
They made him what?
Like the Avatar like portrait that they had painted was like super like this like do it all, like I can conquer anything, you know, like whatever. And then they show him and then he's like, well, that's not nice. And then they're like, what? Like, you know, he only showed like his actual like Avatar powers like a couple times. in the
Oh
first
yeah,
season.
he only like you only see him use all the elements in like the last episode.
Yeah.
Other than that, like
Like
he's just
fully mastered
Yeah.
all the elements because he does like go into the Avatar state a couple times, but only when he's like fucking pissed off.
yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but the whole show's great. No, it's really well
It's
done.
really good.
I just like
I
his,
like-
his what is it? His alpaca. What is it? What is
Appa?
that thing?
Appa.
Appa.
The
Oh,
bison,
so cute.
flying bison.
Flying bison.
So
Flying
cute.
six-legged
Fucking love
bison.
Momo.
I don't really remember the show that much, but I do
should
remember
watch it.
watching it.
You should definitely
when I was
watch it
younger, and I
again.
fucked with the show.
You
I-
should you should absolutely watch it.
I like and I like the cultural aspect of it because like the Fire Nation's China.
Yeah.
The Water Tribe is Eskimo with a mix of like Native American.
Yeah.
The Earth Kingdom is based. I forgot what it was. I think it was. I forget what the Earth Kingdom and the and then the air nomads are of course the monks.
Yeah.
like the
Tibetan monks.
That's cool.
and then the swamp people and all that stuff like that was
Yeah.
like super cool how they did that and how they appropriated all these cultures into like this really nice like mixture of worlds into
Right.
one.
Yeah.
Really good. I will probably watch it again soon.
That's
But
what's
then
up.
I started watching Space Force.
Oh,
I
Space,
finished
I was,
Space
I was
Force.
about to
I
ask
wanna
you.
watch that.
I was about to ask you if you have you
Fucking
watched
great.
Space
Okay, I
they-
heard it sucked.
Okay.
No,
I've
it's
gone
great.
50-50.
So don't go into it expecting The Office. That's what
Of
a lot of people,
course, right.
and I think that's a lot of people's complaints. Like, oh, it's not The Office. Well, it's not The Office.
Right.
It gives you like that cringy like Office vibe where like he says stuff and you're like, why are you saying that? Like moment like from The Office, but it's really all just a satire to what Space Force is. That's
okay.
all it is.
So
It's the
Yeah, I'm
dumbness
like-
of,
Yeah.
I
of
can't
the
wait to
idea.
watch that. I wanna
so
watch it so bad.
honestly, I had to watch it in chunks. Episode
Really?
episode 1 was like pretty good. It was interesting. Like Steve Carell in that show is great, but
Yes.
you watch that show,
Everything he does is
he's honestly he's kind of overshadowed by the guy that plays the doctor.
But he's great too.
The guy that plays the doctor,
He's
is
amazing.
fucking phenomenal. Like the
Honestly,
lead
I think
scientist.
in my
Who
opinion,
is
he
it?
was the real main character.
Who is the actor?
God, what's his? I'll look it up. Keep or well, Marcos will
I
look
just
it up
like
while I keep talking.
I
about
just
it.
like the fact that John Rothschild's in it.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
his,
So-
Is he?
yeah, that's his.
He's a lead scientist.
no.
Oh, I was like, yo, it's about to be lit. I'm gonna watch it
No,
tonight.
but he has a big role, and his parts are so fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, he's
I
his
love
press guy. He's the one that tweets for him.
yeah.
Oh.
He's,
But
But is
his,
he still like that
publicist.
funny
Yes,
role,
yes,
yes.
like dumbass?
The dumb,
Does he
like
sing?
modern, like
Does he
like-
sing
no,
like
he
in-
doesn't sing.
His
I love
name
when
in the
he sings
actual
in Parks
show,
and Rec.
like they
Fuck
call
Tony.
to him. Yeah, they call
Because his
him.
name is F. Tony, so Michael Scott. Oh, not Michael Scott.
There
Steve
you go.
Carell. I know. Steve Carell calls him Fuck Tony.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious. Okay, I can't wait
wanna
to
watch
watch
it.
it.
I want to watch it.
yeah.
And then in the very first episode, like when they introduce Space Force to like everybody's like they make him the general or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, and then the secretary of defense is like, we like you need to be on point with this because the president's about to tweet this and looks at his watch 5 minutes, so get going.
Bro,
like they throw
honestly-
jabs at
honestly-
everybody. in the
Honestly,
show.
like when he gets text messages from the president,
Yes.
it's absolutely Trump. like,
yes, no,
texting
it's
him.
100%.
Oh, no way.
Trump
Yes.
texting him.
And then they have
the way that the messages are structured and what they say,
Dumb
it's
as
like
fuck.
one of them was like just like sex is only for winners is what he
Yes.
tweeted.
Wow.
And I like honestly.
Oh, I can't wait.
So
Oh,
like,
and then the what's her name from the '70s show? Oh, not the '70s
Lisa
show.
Kudrow from Friends.
From Friends.
Yeah.
I
The
don't
blonde
know.
one.
The
I don't
blonde
watch
one?
that
Yeah.
Lisa Kudrow. She plays
she's
Phoebe.
his wife.
Yeah,
Phoebe
Okay.
from Friends is the
blonde.
Michael Scott.
Yeah.
I don't know
Michael
any
Scott.
other names
Steve
yet.
Carell's wife.
So
Okay.
So yeah, like Steve Carell is great. Like he plays his role so well, but his role is so overshadowed by John Malkovich, who plays the doctor.
Yes.
Jimmy O Yang, like his parts in there are really
Really good.
Who's John? Who's John?
Yeah, I'm like, let me go look up the
Malkovich.
cast.
He was
Just show me.
on. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
He's the guy right here in the bottom corner.
okay.
He is.
Where's he from? I know I've seen him in.
But
I feel like he plays a villain.
Ben
in some-
He's
Schwartz,
in Of
Jimmy-
Mice and Men. If you've seen that movie.
Yeah, Ben Schwartz, Jimmy O Yang, and Lisa Kudrow. Like honestly, like, and also John Malkovich. Like they take over that show.
Yeah.
Like you see it, and yeah, you appreciate Steve Carell, but you realize you're like, damn, like the cast, like the whole show. If like there's cast interactions, like it's just as good as the main thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that guy's
good
in
then.
Bird Box. I was like, I know I've seen him
There
in
you go.
something. He's in the movie Bird Box.
But Steve Carell, I think he did great. He definitely got overshadowed a lot, but I think he was more of a set piece.
I think,
character
yeah, I think that, and I
anything
think
else.
they had to have him on there because I don't think you could really sell a show with just John Malkovich.
yeah.
He's a headliner
And,
to grab
yeah,
everyone.
and he's the attention getter.
I'm not. I keep freaking calling Michael Scott. Steve
Carell.
Carell also wrote
Space
the
Force.
Space Force.
Wow.
Like he was part of the writers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you
Or
hear
producers,
that?
one of the two.
Did you hear that? Now there's actually like a copyright
Yeah,
battle
dude.
between the actual U.S. Space
Netflix
Force.
might get
and
caught
Netflix.
Space Force before the United
Oh,
States
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
They copyright wrote the show. Yeah.
because
That's dope.
the U.S. never fully filed. They submitted, but they never filed.
Well,
for it.
no. In the U.S., it's not about who files first or who submits first. It's about who does something with the actual property.
Exactly.
First. And
Oh,
the
wow.
U.S. never did anything with it, so now they might have to rename the Space Force to something else.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
shit.
Or they have to pay Netflix money every time
royalty fee.
they mention Space Force.
That's
Damn.
fucking
Yeah,
funny.
but
That's
no,
smart.
like just to give you a rundown, like episode 1 was good. Episode 2, the one with the monkey.
Don't tell me.
I'm not
gonna
gonna
watch
tell you anything.
tonight.
Just know that there's a monkey and a dog, and that's the only episode in the whole thing I kind of found in poor taste. But every other episode after that was great.
I found that hilarious.
Really? I
I
don't know.
love that. It was such like dark and like unnecessary that it was good.
I mean, I'm assuming it's they send a dog and a monkey to
I mean,
space,
that's
which we did
it's a
do.
history,
Like
yeah.
we did do.
No,
and
no,
we're
but
like,
how
it's
like
fucked up.
the way that it played out was
yeah.
to me was fucking
how
hilarious.
how everything goes, like it's funny. Don't get me wrong, it's funny. I just think I had to stop watching after that for a bit, and I was like, I didn't know how I felt about the show, and then I watched episode 3 and forward, and I was like, okay, I get this. Like
For
this
me,
makes sense.
episode 6 was kind of a letdown.
Ooh, which one was that one?
The final episode.
Oh, there's only 6. No, I
Wow.
thought there was 8.
Or was it 8?
I'm
Oh,
pretty
the
sure-
final episode. Whatever.
Oh,
episode
the way
it is.
that it ended.
Yeah. But I can see them doing
Probably because
that
they're
because they
gonna
can
keep going.
It wasn't like a cliffhanger, but it was definitely like
It was absolutely a fucking cliffhanger. I don't know what you're
Oh,
talking
but then
about. Yeah.
you can't be upset about that. You know, that's
to me.
absolutely-
That's how
To me, it didn't feel
you're
like a
supposed to.
cliffhanger.
Oh, it absolutely was.
No, to me, it felt like it was like, hey, here's an idea that we might continue.
No, well, yeah, but
Isn't
that's
that
what a
what a
cliffhanger
No,
is.
a cliffhanger is like you need
Can't
to know what
wait.
happens.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
I need
like,
to know
that's
what
a
happens
cliffhanger.
because the way that the show ended, like the season ended, you need to know what happens.
Okay,
Like,
so to Caesar it's a cliffhanger. To you,
Yeah.
it's like I don't know. Like it
Like,
ended as like we
portrayed
don't know if we're
idea
gonna keep going.
they may not continue, and I will be okay if it doesn't continue.
like,
it
No, I
won't
don't think
kill me.
Netflix would
you
do
get
that.
that like what they did to their base got done to their base too, right? So now you have these two.
Yeah, but like that's. I mean, don't spoil too much. 'cause,
yeah.
like,
Can
you
y'all
kind of
shut
said a
up?
lot there.
that, yeah, I mean,
it
that,
was like to me, it was like if it doesn't continue, it won't kill me.
for me.
Okay.
You know,
I
that's
mean,
how it was left
so-
for me.
So for you, it's not like on the excitement level of a cliffhanger.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, it is considered a
Okay,
cliffhanger.
I mean,
the season.
I guess I can see that.
Season ended on a cliffhanger.
Well, I'm gonna say, speaking of Steve Carell, and I honestly, I wish I would get more into it because I've heard amazing things, like Apple TV coming out
morning
with, you
show?
know, the morning
Oh,
show.
the morning show.
Jason and I
so
started
good.
it,
I
and I
refuse
think
to
he
watch it.
finished
I
it.
finished it. I
Dude,
also
it's
take
so
but why?
good.
Wait, hold up. Why? Because what?
Oh,
Let me hear your dumbass excuse.
because I feel like it's. I love Steve Carell, but I've only portrayed Steve Carell in comedy.
Man, shut your
So
ass up.
it's not that I don't think he'll do good, because of course Jason's saying like it was great. I just don't know how I would feel about it. Like I need to like mentally like get in my head that it's
have
not
you
a
ever
comedy.
seen a commercial? Have you seen any of the commercials for the show?
Yeah, I have. But like I
Dude.
said, like I have to like prepare myself that it's not like an actual comedy. It's
I'll let you know that just kind of the Space Force, he's just there really to like, I guess, grab the headlines as well to bring you in, like a viewer in, because he's not really there in season 1 as much. Like it's very minimal.
It's
At
so
first, like
fucking
in the first 2 episodes, he's there because you find out what the stuff that happens. But after that, it's just with what's her
Jennifer
name?
Witherspoon
Aniston
and Jennifer
Reese
Aniston.
It's
Witherspoon.
just them.
Yeah.
It's just them after that. Like they take the whole show control.
Yeah.
And anytime he does come up here, he kills what he's doing.
Yeah,
like,
no, like
he
he
absolutely does.
kills the
Yeah,
seriousness.
he
And
took it to a
Have
whole
you
other
have you ever
level.
seen Good Luck Chuck? Like he did really well. That was
Dude.
not like really a comedy movie, but he was so good in that. Like it's honestly you're getting that times 10 because his role in this like show is just so like honestly like for him to play it that well was phenomenal. Like I look back at it and I'm just like, oh my god,
Like, he did-
Steve
He
Carell,
pulled it off.
Steve Carell could do
100%. He could do anything.
Absolutely
he did
anything.
the movie with his when his like in the movie his son is like a drug addict. I think it was
for Good Luck Chuck.
Is it Good Luck Chuck?
I think that's the one where he's trying to marry that woman and she's got a kid and he's trying to
No. Like this, he did a movie recently that's based on a true story.
No, that wasn't.
Where his son is like a drug addict, whatever.
Yeah, that's something.
And
else.
I like that one. Like I really wanted to watch it, but I don't know how because I feel like he would do such a good job that I don't know. I can't wrap my head about him not doing comedy.
Terrible excuse.
bro.
You need to
Yeah,
watch
you-
this
no,
show.
I need to. I just need to like mentally like
No,
get that
trust
out of
me.
my
I
head.
promise you, it's not even a big deal. Like
he's not a Will Ferrell or something like that.
Yeah,
You know?
no.
Like
Yeah, no,
he's,
like,
he can expand.
I've never seen him in like a non-comedy role,
can
so like
he's
I
fucking
don't know.
amazing
he's
in this
got
show.
depth and volume, bro.
Yeah,
like,
he really
Like
does.
Will Ferrell, like you're absolutely right. Like Will Ferrell outside of comedy is very awkward, very kind of
yeah, like it's just
yeah. But
No, how about that movie? Dinner for Schmucks? Dinner what?
Isn't that a comedy?
That was a comedy.
Yeah,
and,
but okay,
and that
but
was
he's
Steve
not-
Carell.
Yeah,
That
that's what
wa-
I'm saying.
Yeah,
But that role I think is completely like comedy in a completely different way.
Yeah.
for who? For Will Ferrell?
no, Will Ferrell wasn't in Dinner for
No.
Schmucks.
Dinner for Schmucks is the one, remember, where
Oh,
it's
yeah,
him
yeah,
and
wait,
Paul
yeah,
Ryan?
Paul
Yeah.
Rudd.
Paul
Rudd.
Rudd, whatever the
Yeah,
fuck his
Paul
name
Ryan.
is. I don't know who Paul Ryan is.
That is
Anyway.
No, but
That was
but the morning
House
show.
Speaker of the House.
Yeah, the morning show.
Oh yeah,
is-
fuck that guy. Fuck Paul Ryan. Sorry.
Very good. But morning show was really.
It was
good.
really
It
good,
was
bro.
so
Apple
good.
TV's coming out with some bangers, dude.
I
Yeah.
heard.
Can't
Okay,
wait for
the
season
other
2.
one that I hear is really good is the one with Jason Momoa, and it's. I think it's like
See,
I haven't watched
I hear.
I heard
that
it's really
show
good.
Is really
Yes.
really good, and I'm just pissed at myself because I really haven't given Apple
Yeah.
TV that much of.
I haven't seen C, but I
opportunity.
did see For All Mankind, which is about if like it's a fully fictional story, but is
If-
Russia getting to the moon before us,
Yeah.
and then everything that plays out after that. Fucking good TV show.
Wow.
If
That
you like,
sounds good.
if you like space films, but like not like sci-fi, like where like Battlestar Galactica or like stuff like Star Wars and stuff like that, sci-fi, or like actual like
history sci-fi type thing.
modern like actual technology sci-fi,
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
That sounds good.
But you will probably like this movie. It's on Apple TV. It's an Apple TV original. It's called The Banker. I don't know if
Okay.
you've heard of it.
No.
So it's with Samuel L. Jackson and the guy that plays Falcon in the Avengers. I forgot his name.
I know,
The black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
The new
the
Captain
gay
America.
guy. The gay guy in Wait, isn't he? Is he the gay guy? Never mind.
He's the new
wait.
Captain America.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But and you talking about Black Mirror?
Yeah.
The
Isn't
Striking
he-
Vipers?
Yeah,
is he-
it's Striking
Yes,
Vipers. Yeah,
Wait,
that's him.
is that him?
That's him.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh my god. Oh.
But he is essentially he's really good with numbers, like super good with numbers,
Okay.
and he wants to buy property, but it's in doing the civil rights movement,
Oh fuck.
and
okay.
like he gets
Oh, you're talking about Bankers?
the banker.
That
Yeah,
was
it's a
that's a
fucking
good
good
movie.
movie.
Yeah?
It's and,
Okay.
and then both of them play such a good chemistry role together because he plays like the super serious type,
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie.
Okay.
And like he plays the super serious because he is like that. He does portray that
Right.
really good serious character, and then Samuel L. Jackson plays that like that rich pimp guy, and then he starts buying property, and then gets this white guy to do
sounds
like
really
the
good.
bidding for him because of course a black man
Right.
can't do it back then, so he gets somebody else that doesn't know anything and he teaches him everything. Amazing movie.
Okay, dope. I'm gonna look into
I
it.
honestly gave that movie an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
It's one of my
Sounds
highest
good.
rated movies. I
Another
fully
show.
recommend it.
Yeah,
And it's on Apple
Bankers
TV.
was really
It's
good.
amazing.
Yeah.
I want to see that new show on Banker that's coming out with is it Chris Evans?
Wait, are you talking about Justice for Jacob?
Yes.
Yeah.
I started watching that with Charity, and honestly,
You didn't like it?
no,
trailer
trailers
didn't
look
catch
so
my eye.
The
good.
trailer,
I wasn't a fan
I'm
about
not
it.
gonna front.
I thought
After
the
I
trailer
saw
looked
the
good.
trailer the second time, I was like,
Yeah, that one.
I don't think it's
I
gonna
watched the
work.
trailer when you mentioned it to me. It didn't catch mine.
Yeah, it didn't catch
honestly,
my eye the second time.
I tried to watch it with Charity, and I was more disappointed than anything. The pacing
Damn.
is very slow, dude.
I could tell
I can
just
see that.
watching the
They
commercial.
stretched it out, like they really stretched that show out.
Damn,
by
that
a
sucks.
lot. Like the best part of that was J.K. Simmons, and you don't even see him until like episode 5 or 6.
Damn, that sucks.
It was hard. It was a hard watch. Charity finished it. I couldn't. I really couldn't.
Damn. Rip.
Apple TV has this own movie. I think it's called Central Park. It's an animated show, and it's from the guys that created Bob's Burgers, like the same animators and the same creators. But it's about this like rich white lady that wants to buy Central Park and build like a bunch of buildings in it, and like
Yeah.
Central Park is trying to like not let it happen. But
Right.
it's a comedy like
Right.
Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really
Ooh.
it,
You know
like it
I
looks
love
really
anything
funny.
like that.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it because I figured
Solar
question to
Opposites
y'all.
was so funny. But go ahead.
Parks and Rec or The Office?
The Office.
The Office all the way, always, no matter what.
I mean,
I don't even hesitate.
for me, it's interesting, right? Like, because I was thinking about this question the other day: Parks and Rec or The Office? And honestly, like season 1 of Parks and Rec and The Office are so
Are
hard
both
to
trash.
get through. They're so hard to get through. But
Trash.
once you
Wait,
make it past
season
season
one?
1, yeah,
Of the
Are you
of
fucking
The
serious?
Office,
It was slow.
hard. It's so hard.
No,
to watch.
I think as us that really liked The Office that got into it,
yeah,
I think when you can go back and look at season 1 and be like, okay, you know.
yeah.
No.
But as a first time viewer, a lot of
Yeah.
people struggle with finishing that
season-
show because of season 1.
Season 1.
Wait, and Parks and Rec? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec honestly hooked me with the first episode because her falling into that pit really just fucking...
Oh, that shit was funny. That shit was funny.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I literally go on YouTube just to watch the clip because she fucking killed, like she really did kill that role.
Yeah.
But The Office, the entire first season, like the ethnic one, the
Yeah.
ethnic episode
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
like
I'm not saying it didn't
all
have
of them.
highlights, but it was just slow. Like,
no.
No.
So for
To me,
me,
it was
the
slow.
part that killed it for me was that they were trying to copy too much of the British Office, and the way that the British Office ended was with Michael Scott's character getting fired. Right, his name was something else, and so dude, they pushed the envelope as far as it would go, and some of those jokes, I was like, damn, like I can't believe like it was out there, but it
That's why I
wasn't
like
it wasn't
it.
out there in like it was out there and like obviously it was hilarious, you know, it was really funny, but the way that they made Steve Carell like such an asshole, like
Yeah,
made
that's
me
another thing, too.
cringe.
That's
It made
another
me
thing,
it made
too.
me cringe because I was like, damn, I've had bosses like that, you know.
and you can see after season 2,
Yeah.
his character changes completely.
Exactly. He does, like,
he's
a
not
180.
he's not the
Yeah.
same person that he was in that first season as far as like
Yeah.
so asshole ish.
Yeah.
So I do agree with that a lot.
If I want straight comedy, just to laugh, nothing but laugh, Parks and Rec, absolutely.
Really?
But if I want like a storyline that like touches my heart, makes me feel things, like actually gets me in my feels, and then I want to laugh along the way, like absolutely The Office. Like the Pam storyline is untouchable.
Honestly,
Like untouchable.
no.
I feel
Like
like
the
it would be
Pam and
vice
Jim
versa.
Me
storyline.
too. I think it's vice versa for me too.
Really?
For me, it's
Yeah.
vice versa. Yeah, because Leslie finally gets her thing at the end. She finally is like what she wanted to be.
It's literally a struggle for her.
Exactly through the
whole
whole
show
show.
is-
I know it's a struggle for her because like she's a woman in politics and no
Yeah.
one's taking her serious, and no one takes politics serious. And no one in that show takes politics serious.
Yeah.
But honestly, no, I feel like dude, the Dwight and the Jim pranks were freaking
Oh,
like
oh,
the
those are
best part.
amazing.
By far, like I'll watch compilations of those.
Asian
'cause-
Jim is my favorite.
Or the one where he hits his head with his phone because he put the quarters in it. And then the other one where he trains him like to salivate
Yes.
when he hears that noise. Dude, honestly, like if I want to feel a full range of emotions, for me it's absolutely The Office, you know? But if I want to just laugh, like nothing but laugh and just enjoy like the whole show, it's Parks and Rec.
Really? Because honestly, for me, I could go sometimes like almost an entire episode without even chuckling
Parks and Rec.
at Parks
Really?
and
Me
Rec.
too.
For me, I don't
me
know,
too.
like
For me,
Okay.
season 2 was that. Like there was a lot of season 2. I'm like,
yeah, like I don't
like
know.
I did
Oh,
That
yeah, the
like
exhale, the hard
like
exhale.
the hard exhale out of the nose,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's what I got out of it.
Like a fucking dog.
Like a fucking bull.
You sound like my dog when I come in and he's smelling for another dog's scent.
Yeah, that's for me season 2 of Parks and Rec. But Parks and Rec for sure was the emotional one out of the two. Except
for me too.
unless we're talking about the final season of The Office,
Yes.
which was full of emotions.
Okay, see, for me, The Office, after Michael leaves, it's not the same.
Which
It's
is why
not. It's really
the final
not.
season of The Office for me
Right.
was emotional because especially at the ending when Michael Scott comes back
for
the
Dwight's wedding.
For Dwight's
like
wedding.
that. Like
Honestly,
that for me was
I don't think I've
emotional.
ever watched the end of The Office.
I have.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't think
it's-
I've ever
it's good.
watched.
You should
Just watch
I've
it.
ever
Watch
got
it.
into the
It
last
touches my heart
season.
every
It does.
time.
Same.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying
because he
because
looks
it's like
proud.
Yeah.
Like, he looks really
the thing
proud.
about The Office that gets me into a 4-inch of emotions is like you have to me overall I think you have way better chemistry in The Office.
Right.
Oh
Right.
yeah, I would
Exactly.
agree with that.
I
Yeah.
think,
Character development.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
think that these characters, they bring them in as one idea and then they quickly turn them into something else. And it's funny. And you grow with those characters.
Right.
Like you realize like, oh, this is going on. Like, Ryan's always a jerk to Mindy and he's like, he literally will like be like, oh, we're breaking up. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh no, we're back together. You know, and he does that all the way up until the ending, you know? And,
Creed.
yeah, Creed.
I love
Creed. Like,
Creed is the only one that never changed. He was the
Exactly.
same character across all seasons.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because even Kevin, like they made him like less disgusting towards the
Yeah.
end. And then
He
he
was
got
a
like
bar owner.
a bar owner. And it's like that, all that is like, it just takes you on a roller coaster of emotions where you have a great time the whole time.
Yeah.
But like, as far as like laughs go, like I just want to watch, like I said, have a good time.
The
It's
only-
definitely Parks and Rec because why? Because the like a season Zari, freaking hilarious. The guy that plays Ralph Macchio, Ben Schwartz, dude, his character makes those episodes. You know, like he makes those episodes.
I'm gonna make this point because I forgot. I was gonna try to say it earlier, but I forgot, and it's a little bit more to the back. But of where we were at was the reason why for season 1 as well for Parks and Rec for me that I didn't really like was Mark. I hated Mark's character in Parks and Rec,
Yeah, same.
and
Mhm.
he was very
he's
present.
boring. He's boring.
Yeah.
That's
the
the
developer, the city planner.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
he was,
planner.
yeah.
And he was very focused in season 1. I hated every time he would come on. I'm
Okay,
like,
I'm
"Ugh."
gonna say something.
Man.
It's honestly how I feel about Anne. I didn't fucking understand why Rashida Jones was really in this like show. Like overall,
What, Parks and Rec?
Really?
yeah, like
Really?
like I didn't. I
Played a
don't.
very crucial role.
She did.
a crucial
she really
role,
did.
but a boring role to me.
Which is why it was
Like,
crucial.
But that's the point. Like that's why for me, I could go that whole fucking show without laughing sometimes because she's boring as fuck, and
Well,
it's like,
'cause-
oh, she's such a big character, but she's so boring. Like I maybe because I like watching shows and I want to laugh. Like
right.
you know,
Yeah.
and
No, I get you.
she's too boring. Like
Well, so-
April will always be my number one.
April.
April,
Oh, April,
was
yeah,
literally
yeah,
my
yeah,
ride or
absolutely.
die. I love her,
Yeah.
but that's it. Like I don't know.
I think for Anne, she's needed because she's the opposite of Leslie as far as like Leslie is so hyper. She gets so caught onto things and stuff like that. And Anne is the opposite where she's just like chill.
But that's
Well,
why I
so
don't think the
here's-
show's as
no,
funny
so
as
here's
The Office.
here's the thing. Here's why Anne is needed. Anne is needed because she is your point of view. Like she is if you were a normal person
Right.
Yeah.
watching
I
all
agree.
these things go around you. And so she is your reference point. She is the one like cuz like you said she's a boring character. She's playing Jane because she's there along for the ride. But like she's your reference point. It's like the way she reacts is how we're reacting at home.
Right.
And I think that's why you think it's not funny because it's not like outlandish as everyone else.
It's you.
Because when you think about it, like the things that they say and do, it's like
Especially Dwight.
yeah,
Or
it's-
Andy,
or
sorry.
Andy. It's outlandish, you know.
love
it
Andy.
really is. Like
I agree.
even what's Adam Scott's character, Leslie's husband. I forgot his name. Ben.
Ben.
Right,
Yeah.
Ben. So even Ben, like he starts off pretty normal. He's like, "What are you guys doing?" And then like
he gets really weird.
He gets really weird, you know.
Yeah.
And it's
Right.
just,
crying in the
His
Batman
his
suit.
nerd comes out really hard at the end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
crying in the Batman suit.
Like for me, April,
yeah. So
April and Ron do it. Like Ron,
Yeah.
oh, I fucking
that's-
love
that-
it. I love
exactly
him so much.
And so
My
But-
favorite scene with Ron is when he is in the center desk and the lady's trying to get
Oh,
his attention.
yeah,
and he's,
he's
just
just
spinning in a
swirling.
circle. I relate to that so much. I don't know why, but I relate to
Rob
that so
Lowe
much.
definitely did a good
Rob
job.
Lowe,
Great,
yeah.
great
In the-
character.
that
like-
was his like comeback
Perkins.
show. That was absolutely his
Yes.
comeback show.
But I don't know. Honestly, for me, it's just like I don't care.
Yeah.
The Office will always be number
Yeah, me
one.
too,
What was
man.
Like
the,
always.
the
I think-
temporary branch manager for The Office? The black
Andy?
guy? No,
No.
Wait, which one?
Daryl. Daryl.
The black guy?
No, not Daryl from
Idris
the warehouse.
Elba. Idris
Elba.
He's such an asshole in that fucking show. I hate him.
He's He's that normal.
No.
He was there for like.
Yeah. But I'm saying like he is, to me, he's the equivalent.
The best manager was definitely what's his name?
Bro,
something Angelo. Yeah, something Angelo.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell.
Okay,
Dude,
but
that
for one
man,
episode,
when he was like juggling the balls, bro, he's like, look at me. Yo, that was so fucking funny.
I'm glad Will Ferrell was in that show,
Me too.
honestly.
Oh my God.
I like the other guy, the fucking weird one.
Andy?
No. What was his name?
The one with curly hair?
Oh, was it?
James?
No. Oh my God, what's his name? The guy that's like that hates Andy, and he has the glasses.
Yeah, I think it's James, isn't it?
No,
I
that
don't
wasn't
remember.
his name. You know, he had the glasses. In one of the episodes, they all go to his house. He's like really like dark. Oh my God, what is it? He's after Idris Elba.
Yeah, he's
After
after
Idris
Elba.
Elba.
And he's before Andy takes over.
I forgot his name, but
you guys know who I'm talking
yeah,
about. I loved his
agree.
character, but I
Yeah.
hated him at the same time.
Yeah.
He was such a weird guy,
Yeah.
but it worked for him. It really
Exactly.
did.
No, some of the guest appearances that they had on that show was hilarious. But I agree, it was The Office is always going to be number
Yeah,
one.
James. Well, his real name is James Spader, but his name was Robert California.
Okay, you said James.
Robert
California. Yeah, that's
His real name is James. That's
Okay,
right.
that's
My
why I was
bad.
like, his name is not James. Robert
bad.
California. Like,
Robert California.
yo,
Yeah.
that guy was fucking
He's
weird.
the one that convinced them just to sell him the company or to give with the lady with the 2 greyhounds her job.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
well, how the
Aaron is such an
turntable.
idiot. Like,
my
she's so
favorite.
dumb. I hate her.
Oh,
But I
Aaron
love
is
her.
sometimes too painful for me, man. I'm like,
The same.
Yeah.
bro,
She plays a stupid
she's
role
so
very
dumb.
well.
Oh man.
She has her own show on Netflix, which I tried watching. It was all right. Where like her and her sister, or her and like somebody ended up, not kidnapped, but like they voluntarily go into a bomb shelter under New York City, and it's because they got convinced by some guy that in 2012 that the world was gonna end. They end up escaping, and she comes out of it and she's like, oh my God, like, where am I? She has no idea what the fuck is going on.
Are you talking about the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt?
Yes.
Oh.
Dude, that show is like, it was okay. I only
Yeah.
watched like 2 or 3 episodes.
Same. I stopped watching after season 1.
I like the black gay guy.
Yeah,
I thought he
same.
was funny. And
He makes that show.
the only reason
He
I
absolutely
watched the
makes
show
that
is because I would always see his memes on
Yeah.
Twitter, and I was like, where is this guy from? And then I figured it out. I was like, oh, it's
Damn.
all right.
You know what comedy I didn't get into? Community.
Damn. Well, on that bombshell, it's time for us to end. You should watch Community. It's a good one.
I tried.
Yeah.
never watched it.
Never
It's
tried it
actually really good. It's,
What is that one?
That one is more of like a highbrow
It's on Netflix now.
comedy. It's it's on Netflix. That's more of a highbrow comedy. Like, you have to pay attention. That's not something you kind of throw on in the background.
Have you ever watched New Girl?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I finished
so
all
funny.
of it.
You like it?
Yeah,
Oh.
I really like that
Yeah, I
show.
liked it.
That one was that one. I would say Community is still more highbrow than that. A lot of the jokes are hidden. Like, you actually have to think about them.
Yeah.
Some of them are like really like just out there and comical, but that show you it makes you think a little bit about the jokes.
Okay.
But
gotcha.
it's really good. If you pay attention and you like the characters and like the character development, like you'll like the show.
I got you.
It's
know which one
very well
sucks?
written.
Do not say Workaholics.
No.
Okay.
The Big Bang Theory.
I love the Big
Oh,
Bang
yeah,
Theory.
no, I
You
think that
shut your
show's
dirty
I could
whore
never
mouth.
get
I think
into
that
it.
show's
You
funny.
shut your dirty whore mouth. That show is so fucking
I could never
funny.
really get into it like that.
That's the show that's recently made me like die laughing. Like, literally, like, just
But you're still here.
I love Sheldon.
I'm dead.
I can't.
Shut up. I'm dead.
can't.
I
It's
love
just-
Sheldon, bro.
Yeah.
He's so
and
fucking
you know why I
funny.
can't? Because they try so hard with their
But
comedy.
I think it's
like
expected.
it's taking something that's not even remotely funny and like just pushing the comedy, and I'm like, I can't.
I don't know why you think that is, because the show is actually very well
I've
written.
tried. I've just tried starting in different seasons. I tried to start watching it from the beginning. I can't.
I like watching just random shows or
It might
random
just be
episodes.
too smart of a show for you, man. I'm sorry.
I never got into it.
You gotta
I think if it-
maybe it's a show you have to have at least a bachelor's degree or above to really
Maybe.
get.
I think that one, like, I mean, I can watch an episode if it's on, whatever. But the one that I can't, like, I just cannot is Friends.
Oh yeah, no fuck that.
Anytime
I
his
can't
friends
even
on,
get
Shout out to Fabi.
turn it off.
I fucking
I
love
can't even get
Friends.
If I
through
go into
an
the
episode.
break,
love Friends.
every time, I don't know why at my store, every time I go to the break room, Friends is on, and every time I get
Because it's
pissed,
great. It's an American
I
classic.
fucking
I love
Is
Friends.
it? Yeah, no.
I turn it off or I change the channel. I don't give a fuck. I don't even care if someone's watching. I'm like, who's watching this?
You know
Someone
what's
be like,
an
yeah, I'm like,
American
nah, I'm changing that
classic?
shit, bro.
Huh?
George Lopez.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
George
why is that?
That's an American
It
classic.
pisses me off that show's not on Hulu. It's not on Netflix.
yo, for real.
That is an American classic. I feel like it should be.
I remember
That
waking up
show's
at
still
3 in the
funny.
morning and George Lopez is jumping on my
Man.
TV and it was a good day.
I still watch. I still watch George Lopez at 2 a.m. every morning.
I miss
it's
that show so much.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Show is so good.
it's a really good show.
I
But
recent-
no, Friends is good. When you think about it, like there's times where I watch it and I'm like, oh, I remember this one. Which is like weird because that's how the titles of our episode. It's like the one about this, the one about that. Like
Yeah.
that's how the episodes are titled. I think Friends. I could see like why that one is hard for people to get into, but at the end of the day, it's still a really good show.
Yeah,
I've only
sure.
watched. I've only tried to watch the first episode like 3 times, but Fabi did showed me like one clip that did kill me, and it's when somebody's trying to make chocolate chip cookies, and it's like a secret recipe, and she's
yeah.
like the Nestle has.
Yes, exactly. And
yeah, it was
just so-
fucking funny.
Yeah.
That was part, but that's it. After that, I'm like,
No,
Yeah.
I couldn't get into it.
Friend, yeah, I'd say like Friends is like towards the bottom of like my comedy list, but it's still good. It's like I'll still watch it.
What's your
Anytime
favorite
it's on.
comedy movie?
My favorite comedy movie?
Like of all time?
Oh, dude, I can't tell you. I have one favorite comedy movie because I love, like fucking Step Brothers.
Yes.
That's my
I
favorite.
think
100%.
Step Brothers is
That's my
absolutely my
top
favorite
one.
movie, like comedy movie ever. Talladega Nights is just so fucking funny, dude.
The
a
bad,
really good
the
one.
other
Big Red,
guys.
fuck you.
I think when it comes to comedy movies, Will Ferrell is on my
semi
favorite
pro.
character.
I love
Yeah.
semi pro, dude. I anytime those movies come on, like I watch. Like I can't help but to watch.
The other guys.
What's the other one? The Other Guys
Dude,
was so funny.
they killed that role.
Yeah.
Dick and Jane for me is also a top one.
I've never actually watched that all the way
That's
through.
really good. For
Yeah.
me, it's a really good movie because Jim Carrey. I think my 3 favorite comedians like for movies is Jim Carrey,
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, and Steve Carell.
Yeah, dude. For me,
Those
it is absolutely Will Ferrell, bar none. Anything that he's in, I'll watch. I don't care how stupid it is. Like that one movie, Get Hard, with Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't that great, but it was still funny as fuck. Like it was still funny.
Well, because of him.
Yeah.
I never really got into Jim Carrey, but I think as far as for Will Ferrell, like funniest, Step Brothers. Like
Step Brothers.
at least to make me laugh,
Yeah.
Step Brothers. But my favorite from him, as far as comedy, is old school.
Old School is so goddamn funny. Oh,
Just because there's-
Anchorman?
I love
The
Anchorman.
Anchorman is
Anchorman?
so
Oh
funny.
yeah,
my
Anchorman is
God.
so good.
But also
Those
to me,
are-
it's just because it has so many different characters.
Yeah.
So many
Mhm.
different actors are
Yep.
so good.
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
see
s-
Anchorman 2 yet.
For me, honestly, this movie is just.
Anchorman is
My favorite
favorite.
scene is when the guy like takes his shirt off. He's got the bra and he's doing the yo. I die every time.
I hate to say it, but
Every
for me,
time.
it's gonna be. And I love Will Ferrell. For me, comedy movies, but Will Ferrell for sure. But Bridesmaids, I could watch, and I could watch that movie every day, all day for the rest of my life.
That was a good one.
I think that's how I feel about Step Brothers.
But Will Ferrell just.
Yeah.
Oh, the other guys. Oh, I love watching that movie.
Anchorman, I love that scene where they're like, when they're all fighting, and then
Yeah.
Kanye comes out of nowhere, bro.
Oh, that's in part 2. In part 1, I love the one where he's like, "Yeah, break through." In part 1, he's like, "Yeah, break through a grenade. Where'd you get a grenade?" And he's like, "I don't know."
Steve Carell kills
Yeah,
that shit,
Steve
bro.
Carell, dude. They all do. Like Steve Carell's character is so goddamn funny, bro. Oh, that reminds me of the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh,
love
40
that
Virgin
movie.
is so good.
Goodness,
Such a
it's
good
all
movie.
these classics, bro. All these classics.
Jim Carrey is the comedy, but like the loopy comedy. Like it's just a lot of nonsensical stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I
Because
can't
Will Ferrell is like
He's a very
nonsensical
physical
comedy,
actor.
Yeah.
but Will Ferrell can follow a story.
Yeah.
A lot of his movies follow a story.
So yes and no. So for me, like Will Ferrell's more of like he's more of like a verbal comedian.
Yeah.
Like he'll tell jokes. Like you'll hear him tell his jokes, and like he'll have some like physical comedy. For me, Jim Carrey is a super physical comedian. Like
Yeah,
most of
the
the funny stuff he
faces.
does,
Yeah.
like it's his
It's from his
faces,
faces,
things
yeah.
that he does.
Like Dumb and Dumber and all that.
yeah.
I wasn't
my
a big fan of
favorite-
Dumb and Dumber.
My favorite Jim Carrey movie is I think it's called Yes Man.
Yes Man's
Yeah.
a really
Yes
good
Man.
one.
That's
Yes
my
Man's a really good
favorite
one.
Jim Carrey movie.
What do you guys feel about like Adam Sandler, Ben Stiller, like all those? 'Cause
Adam
those to
Sandler
me are
had
like corny.
he had his
my
he
opinion.
had his movies.
That's old school, you know. I just
Yeah,
think that's
Adam
old school
Sandler is
comedy.
definitely Billy Madison. Is that what
Yes.
it's called?
That- I
Billy,
think
Billy
that-
Madison is one of them, but not. There's a Happy Gilmore.
Both
Which
of
was
those.
the one?
I love Happy Gilmore.
Which is the one with him with the kid? Is that-
Big Daddy. Big
Yeah.
Daddy.
Is
Yeah.
that the one where he's like kind of taking care of the kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but I Happy Gilmore is so funny.
That's
bro.
the
That's
golf
the one
one,
where he
right?
plays golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one
Dude.
is good.
Dude, that one's hilarious, bro.
How do you guys feel about Seth Rogen?
Broken?
His old
Pineapple
stuff was really
Express,
good.
bro.
Yeah, his
Oh,
Pineapple
man.
Knocked Up.
Knocked Up in Pineapple Express.
Yeah, his old stuff is
Yeah.
good.
Pineapple
This is the
Express.
end for me. It was a really good one.
This is the end.
It was
alright.
It was
For me, I
alright.
liked
It
it.
wasn't pinnacle. Seth
No,
Rogen,
not
though.
like Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
What
nah.
about Vince? What is
Vince
it?
Vaughn?
Vince Vaughn.
I fucking
Yo,
love
oh,
Vince Vaughn.
daddy.
Old school Vince Vaughn
I love
was
him.
hilarious.
Him and Jennifer Aniston in the
Yeah.
breakup.
Oh, the breakup was
Man.
Wedding Crashers.
Wedding
is
Crashers?
hilarious.
I think
Man.
honestly, the only movie that I really like Vince Vaughn in is Dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
with Ben
that movie
Stiller.
is so
Dodgeball.
goddamn
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I
That
forgot
movie's
about
really
that. But remember,
funny.
Vince Vaughn was also in Old School. And
Yeah,
killed
he
his role,
was.
too.
He did. But I'm saying like, because he always plays a dick. You know,
Yeah.
like
He is a
he's
dick,
always
yeah.
playing an asshole and like a dick, and it's just
I
like
love him.
for me, for my protagonist, like I don't really like it when they play that big
Yeah.
of a dick. You know,
But I
It's
like his
they have
dry
to have
humor.
some redeeming quality. I love his dry humor.
His dry humor.
But they have to have
hilarious.
some redeeming quality, and I feel like he never redeems himself in any of his films.
No, he doesn't. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's the point of him.
He's like
his characters.
unapologetically an asshole. Like even in the breakup, like he never really bettered himself. The movie ended with just Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston broken up.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
How
I see what
about
you're saying there.
Ben Stiller?
Ben Stiller just dodgeball for me.
And Meet the
And-
Fockers.
and Meet-
Fockers.
Meet the
For me,
Fockers.
Fockers.
Yeah.
And the war one. With Robbie Downey Jr.
Tropical
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder.
Dude, that
Yeah.
one was funny too.
Yeah.
I like that one. That one was pretty funny.
Yeah, Tropic Thunder was
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
really
for sure.
And Meet the Fuckers. I forgot
think
about that.
that movie. See, I forgot he was in that movie. For me, that movie was more about Robert Downey Jr.
For
and
sure.
the guy with the booty sweat.
I know you're talking about
Yeah.
Frozen.
For me, that was more of who that movie was.
Yeah.
About.
But Ben Stiller was the main
yeah.
headline.
I guess.
character,
I think
comic.
for me, in Dodgeball, man, he fucking killed
Yo,
it.
Dodgeball,
In
that role in
Dodgeball, oh, he's the
Dodgeball,
best
I
I
villain.
love the ending.
He's so
where he's all
good.
fat.
Yeah.
And then my milkshake like that.
Yeah.
for
What
me,
about
yeah.
Jonah?
Jonah
Jonah
Hill.
Hill. 21
Had
Jump
his mo-
Street
yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
For me, it's
Yeah.
20, not super bad. Like for me,
I love
super bad was
Superbad.
definitely a Michael Cera movie, not a Jonah Hill movie.
And Michael
Yeah.
Cera, daddy, a whole daddy, man. I love him. Michael, is it Michael Pilgrim? No, what's his name?
See how Jesus
Scott
is looking at
Pilgrim.
her?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh
yeah.
man,
Yeah.
Juno.
Yeah,
That's actually Scott Pilgrim versus the World is still my favorite movie of all
Yeah?
time to this day.
Really?
Overall,
Oh man,
yeah,
that
to this
that
day,
movie is so good.
I love that movie
Okay,
so much.
So since you said that, Scott Pilgrim's your favorite movie of all time.
Oh, honestly, I don't. Oh,
Like comedy
man,
or
man.
Like,
overall, just overall, like
overall,
Scott Pilgrim versus the
one
World
movie that
is-
you can just get home right now and watch it.
Yeah,
Interstellar.
I could put that on right now and watch it all the way through.
Interstellar. That's for me.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
For me,
Man,
for me, is a
honestly,
tie. It's Interstellar
Yeah.
and Armageddon.
That's I would say
Armageddon is the one with
Interstellar.
Mel Gibson.
I don't remember if he's in it. It's such a big cast.
I think it's.
I
Mel
know
Gibson.
it's the one. I'm drawing a blank right now. With
for
his
me,
name.
it's gonna be either Interstellar or Bridesmaids. Because Interstellar, man,
Dude,
I don't think that
movie
there'll
is-
ever be a movie as good as that. Like
I have to
they
watch
just
that.
you
You
still
never watched it,
dude.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's
No.
so long, but it was so good. I literally went to the theaters 3
So
times to watch it. Like,
Good, bro.
I watched,
Matthew
Scott
McConaughey, just fucking
That
I
would
watched-
look good on your TV, bro.
I watched
Killed
Scott
that
Pilgrim
role.
versus the World 8 times. in
Bruce
theaters.
Willis.
dude.
Oh, Bruce Willis.
Oh, Bruce Willis is.
I don't really like Bruce Willis,
I love them in Die Hard.
He's really good in Armageddon.
but dude, you have to watch Interstellar.
Interstellar is gonna
So
change your
good.
life.
I'll think about
dude.
it. I'll watch it.
it's
I'll
Right
watch
now,
it.
good.
let's watch it right now,
bro.
Let's end this podcast.
I
and
mean,
watch it.
honestly, when you watch it, I
Bye.
want to watch it with you.
I'll watch it. I'm down. I'm so. Is it like streaming anywhere, or do I have to buy it?
No,
I'm
you'd
pretty sure
have to
you
buy
have
it.
to rent it.
Yeah, because it's really.
But honestly, once you watch it, you're gonna want to own it. I'm not kidding you.
Because
I'll
you could
watch
watch it multiple times and realize new things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's just so much into it, bro.
That's how I felt about
Insane.
The Accountant with
with Ben
Oh,
Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
good.
That was
So
such a
good.
good movie.
So good.
Yeah,
No,
like
but-
I
Interstellar
that
hits
was one of
different,
those
too.
movies that I bought like the day it came out on Blu-ray. I bought that because that movie was so good and it had so many like little hidden like niche things. I've watched that movie maybe about 5 times, and every time I learned something brand new, completely different. Like, did you know that the reason the sister has that beefed up computer is because she's the one that is like talking to him on the phone? Like when he's on the phone, like talking to the.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've only watched it twice.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't remember.
I'm not
his
into that deep
his
into it.
sister's the one that keeps getting him like new identities and like these jobs and stuff. Like, when they go and visit her in like the house that's taking care of her, the guy's like, "Oh, you could backdoor the Pentagon with this thing." He's talking about her computer.
Yeah, I think
because that's what that like she's the one that does all of like changes his identity, gets him the jobs and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, but that movie was amazing.
Interstellar's gonna change your life. I'm not kidding
It's
you.
long.
But it's so
I'm down
worth
to watch it. Like,
Great.
I've
It
got
is.
No, like
time.
let's
I've got
like
nothing but
we
time.
we need a. I'm with Jason. I want to watch it with you.
Well, let me know. We'll set a date. We could do it
You
before
have
the
to have
podcast
on the
next
best TV. Like you need a really
That's what
good
I'm saying.
TV
Like on his
to watch
TV, it would look amazing.
Dude, oh my god.
On his TV,
That
honestly, on your
movie.
TV, it would look good.
And because you were interested in physics at one point, like that, it would.
week. Yeah.
It's
Fully.
life changing.
Big Bang Theory's funny.
Because what I didn't know is like they did a lot of research
Yeah.
for that movie, like
Yeah.
a lot.
Every character plays such an important role.
Yes.
Such an
That's
important role. And
Yes.
man,
So,
Yeah.
like, just to, and we'll finish up with that. Like, there's a black hole in the movie,
Yeah.
and there's no actual photograph of black hole.
Yeah.
So instead of them just going into, and I don't know if you know this, instead of them just going straight into just like a generic idea of a black hole, they actually went into a university, hired a professor, did a bunch of equations, got all the equations the professor gave him for the black hole, sent them to their special effects team. They ran those equations into a software and created the image.
dope.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's how like
yeah.
And depth
was
they
well
went.
made, bro.
and in
So
depth.
Oh,
they-
just wait.
like
Right.
there's research they did for that movie was insane.
Like for me personally, to give a movie a 10 out of 10 is like very like non-existent, and that
Yeah.
movie to me
Yeah.
is a 10 out of 10.
Only
Yeah.
movie I have the soundtrack, the full soundtrack to on my phone.
Yeah.
Oh, and the soundtrack to that movie
Oof.
makes the movie 10 times better.
I'll watch
bro.
it. I'm down. I'm down to watch it. It seems like a really good movie. I mean, I
wanna-
heard it.
I
I
wanna
heard
watch
it
it
was
right
great.
now.
I heard it was great
Yeah,
when it
I'm
first
like-
came out.
I
I
wanna
just,
buy it.
because
I wanna go
because
and
it was
watch
so
it.
long. I just never got around to
Nah,
it.
but it's
it's
worth
so good.
honestly from the beginning to the end, you're like, holy shit, like it's a nail biter. Like it
It feels like three
Y'all have
different movies
convinced
at
me.
the same time.
I'm gonna buy the
Oh.
Blu-ray because I don't want
Yes.
I don't want the compression or the bit rate over streaming. I think I'm gonna buy the Blu-ray.
man, it is
Y'all have convinced me.
wild.
It feels like three different
Wild.
movies at the same
Damn.
time. It's
Yeah.
insane.
I'm gonna try it. Well, on that bombshell, it's time for us to end. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode of LCP. Don't forget you can interact with us on Instagram and YouTube. We have some unaired episodes on YouTube you guys can check out there.